Happy Father's Day from Champion News Talk Radio. Welcome back. Before the break, our founder, Jack Roeser, was talking about a birthday card he received from one of his employees. And now, Jack, what happened when you asked her name?
Yeah, I went up there in assembly and thanked him and asked this lady that I'd never seen there before what her name was. And she told me, and then she said, I want to thank you for the check for profit sharing. We pay profit sharing in cash every 6 months. You can spend it wisely on wine, women, and song, or you can put it in a 401k for later on. But
it's a check. It has all the tax deductions taken out of it. It's not cash, but it's a separate check.
It's a separate check that you just go to the bank and you got cash. And you don't have to put it away until you're old. So she said, I want to thank you for that. She says, my husband tried to take it away from me. And she says, I told him that we not only got that check, but that we got 4 barbecues parties for lunch during the year, cooked by the executives, and we have a big picnic and a big Christmas party with a lot of people there, and a really nice big party for everybody. And she says, and your company doesn't do any of that. So
she told her husband his company doesn't do anything.
That's right.
Sounds like a more of a familial type of work environment.
People call us Jack and Tom. I know most people's names. I know many spouses' names, children's names. It is a family environment, and they care about our customers and they care about us, and it really works, and our customers know it. We are very responsive because we got employees that their head is in the game. But even this thing like Homes by Otto, they get that too, because when they tell someone they work at Otto, someone says, you work at Otto? You know what that guy's doing in the neighborhood? And they are happy about that. And why do I do this? I did it to save the area. But as far as reward, I don't have to make money on this. I go sit in a restaurant, and Saturday I had 2 people come up, introduce themselves. I never knew them, but they said, thank you for what you're doing. Thinking, yeesh, I'm just doing something that I needed to do for me. I mean, it just happened to work for you too.
What a blessing that
You've
you are
even
able.
organized though for the with Salvation Army. You've got our people running the kettles. Tell us about how that worked.
They do, running a Salvation Army camel. Imagine, it's all volunteers. You got 10 hours in a day. You got a zillion kettles. How do you manage that? So we talked to the Salvation Army and said, we'd do one of those bells. And so I asked the employees if they would. Every day in the winter, from November 15th to Christmas Eve, they're out there ringing the bell, 2 by 2 at a time, and Otto matches whatever goes in the kettle. And I say, are you guys willing to do this the next year? Oh, please, can we do it the next year? You mean you're going to stand out there and freeze and in the rain and you're still going to do it? They love to do it, but it is part of that.
There's a culture here.
It is.
Well,
There's
more than that,
culture
I mean,
here.
they both Tom and his dad have led by example. In the summertime, you're going to see a big tent set up and back a couple times in the year, and you're going to find the president of Otto with a baseball cap on and an apron on, and he's at the grill making hamburgers and hot dogs for all the employees.
That's Tom.
Tom, I'm hearing something that is so unique, because you hear from this president in the White House, oh, you rich people. And I've been a community quote-unquote organizer for the past few years, and you talk to people, all those rich people, they don't care about you. You care about people. You care about the community. I'm hearing from you, you have your company match for the Salvation Army. You also do something with Boys and Girls Club in the area too.
We have helped to fix the capital structure of Carpentersville. If you haven't been here in 5 years, you ought to come. But part of the human capital is the Boys and Girls Club here. There is a terrific Boys and Girls Club. It's 1,200 people, 1,200 kids attending. Kurt McReynolds, who is our executive director, is a terrific guy. It's recognized in the 5-state region as the best Boys and Girls Club, and it started only 12 years ago. But if you ask the police chief, how's our gang problem in Carpentersville? He will tell you there is not a gang problem in Carpentersville
anymore.
And I will tell you that the Boys and Girls Club is probably the reason. Someone else might say it's something else too. But if you give kids a choice between a gang and a Boys and Girls Club, they're going to choose the Boys and Girls Club 99 times out of 100. And Carpentersville has changed. People ought to come out here and see this. It's terrific.
There's a lot to be said for good management. He managed the Boys and Girls Club. He did another thing is they installed him as president of the Elgin Symphony for a number of years. Now, he plays a lousy violin, and they won't let him play in the orchestra.
Me too.
Yeah, he took it up because his daughter was learning the violin.
That's right.
So he didn't get to show off that he can play the violin, but he manages things. This is a manager. Leave the sentimentalism and all of stuff.
No, there's a certain standard. There's a standard of excellence, and then there's an attitude of excellence and execution with excellence.
I've had a great dad. He's been supportive. He's been trusting. He's been my best friend.
We've never had a loud word or left the room mad. I'm not an easy guy to get along with normally, but between the two of us, we've never gotten a loud word out of it.
You know, I really
any reason to.
I think there's a book in the making here because this is a wonderful American inspirational story.
It's the American dream.
It's an inspirational story,
family.
and it should be duplicated.
It's family.
But this is what America's about. I know my grandparents didn't leave Italy so we could work for a government. They did it and they left. They worked hard so we could leave something for the next generation. And every generation can do better, but be that family. And that's what I see here. And then be able to reach out to community. What a blessing, what a gift.
Some people at work say, well, thank you for doing these things. Otto is our family. And I right away, I says, we're not your family. Your family is your family. I said, we're just trying to act like your family.